This is Unrendered on IKTV. My guest is Dougie DeFreitas, owner of Nice Radio. Dougie, so Nice Radio finds itself having to come up with over $450,000. I think that's the figure I'm told.
Something around
3 different settlements. Now, when we went out, you were talking about the fact that, or the point that, you know, New Times, which is one of the programs that one of the incidents with E.G. Lynch happened, the New Times program is an NDP program, and it's not Nice Radio. And I was saying to you that you have to share the responsibility.
Yes, I accept that. I accept that because we're the conduit.
The content.
So that's why I'm saying the apology should be in order with the perspective of the Nice Radio itself.
Where are you going to go in light of the fact that an application is before the court now to appoint a liquidator?
A receiver.
Or receiver, sorry. Yeah. And that this application is going to be heard on the 24th of September, I think.
24th, 26th, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Now, are you looking down the barrel of a gun here?
I don't know. The thing is, we are legally responding to the application.
Yes.
Because, you know, no one could just walk in and close down your business because they didn't commit a criminal offense.
The law has to take its course.
So we are dealing with it from what the lawyers would advise me. I have a legal meeting tomorrow to see where we are. We are responding to the application very seriously.
We mean in the management of Nice Radio?
Yes.
What role is the NDP playing in all of this?
NDP is not sued. It is Nice Radio.
Right.
NDP has a responsibility to the station to deal with the issue because it is because of their program that bring.
Let me ask you a question here. Are you satisfied that with your spot of bother and how it got there in the first place, are you satisfied that the NDP are responding to your plight in a way that makes you feel that they are on board?
Yeah, they've been in this battle from ever beginning because they deal with all the legal persons and so forth to make sure that the legal things and the persons.
So they're engaged.
They are engaged in the whole process. People would know that because you know it's not the NDP's name that is calling; it is BDS name that is calling.
Would you like them to indemnify you? Is there a way that can be done?
Well, they have indemnified me between ourselves, so they have that.
Is there a way that because I'm not a legal man, but is there a way that
can
be done? No. Is there a way that they can literally say, we take all responsibility, and
unfortunately,
there's no way within the law that can be done?
Because the lawsuit is against BDS Company Limited and not against NDP. They can't take over that responsibility in terms of the legal framework because that's where.
Well, I'm asking the question.
Yes,
I'm really not.
They can't.
I have no guidance on this at all.
They can't.
So let's go back to what the scenarios might be. Supposing the receiver.
Well, let me put it this way.
Gets empowered.
I am a man.
Where does it leave?
I am
Nice
a man
Radio?
of faith. I'm a man of faith. I trust in the Lord God Almighty. It doesn't mean that I'm not concerned about what. When God rattle your nest and he uproot you, like he did Abraham, change his name to Abraham. And if I have to move on, I will move on. I will let the court decide when we file our application to the court in response to his application to the court to determine whether I can presuppose and things are sub judice I can't speak about. But the issue is, where do I go from here? That is in the hands of the Almighty God. People say a lot of things about, oh, he worry now, he cascade, he this, he that. I tell them, they have another story. If you're well grounded and founded in the love of God, whatever God provides is where you shall go. And I will go where he leads me. He say, I am not a perfect man, but I know I am a good man. And he say that the steps of a good man are guided by the Lord.
So you have left it at the foot of the cross.
Right there, and I ain't taking it out.
And you're not taking it anywhere else. It's right there.
Right there.
And this is going to determine the future and the fate.
People ask me if
of
I
Nice
speak
Radio.
to Dr. Gonzalez. I say, why shouldn't I speak to him?
What are your conversations like with Dr. Gonzalez? As
Casual.
much as you brought it up.
Casual.
Do you phone him? Do you?
No, he calls me every now and then.
Okay. What are your conversations like?
Just casual, how you going? I care about his health. I always tell him that.
Yeah.
I pray for him. I pray with him. And things like that.
Right.
I don't hate him. I cannot afford to hate
Do
him.
you think that he hates you?
No. Ralph does not hate any particular person. Prime Minister Gonzalez, well, I have to say Ralph in this context. But as Prime Minister and as a political animal, he is stooped in a political cocoon of dictator-type politics. The persons, his fathers in politics, the Russian people and all those persons have moved on and changed their style, but he is in this particular way because if you oppose him, he will seek to destroy you.
You keep going at that.
Yeah,
You keep,
it is a fact.
You keep bringing that up.
If you oppose him, he will seek to destroy you.
Yes.
And there is no way out of that because it is a mindset and an indoctrination within the political cocoon in which he
Let me throw
operates.
this out. Let me throw this out. Is that something that you can only level at Dr. Gonzalez? Do you think, Dougie, looking at politics through the ages, okay, and some people may be more a severe case of this than others, right? But generally, in the main, how politics, certainly under James Mitchell, Milton Cato, Ralph Gonzalez, I can't speak of Adam Eustace because he was not there for a very long time. Don't you think that the natural inclination of politicians, once they get into power,
Politicians are a special breed.
once they get into power and you oppose them, they try to shut you up or shut you down.
But they don't necessarily have to try to destroy you. Take, for instance, in Vinlake, you had a Toby Huggins who was manager under NDP. He got fired under ULP. You take all the top persons in Vinlake that got fired using a bankrupt auditing firm, to bring a proposal to the table for the dispensing of all the top management of Vinlake because they presuppose that there was NDP supporters. That is destruction. You can have differences. You name me one person under the New Democratic Party that somebody could stand up right here and say, I was fired because I supported the ULP. Name me one person.
Well, I mean, I certainly can't name it, right?
But you see, that is.
I certainly can't name it.
I knew about one person, and I think he was a crookshank or he working at Tongue Board. And he was fired because an individual minister, I think, was tired of him.
Yes.
Other ministers made representation and he was reinstated. I know about that. I can say that. But there is this pursuing, there is this pursuing agenda of the ULP propelled by Dr. Gonzalez, that once you oppose him, I can name, you can ask Jerry George, I can call name. You can check Daniel Cummins about what happened to him and his family. You can check Sinclair Leacock and ask Madge Leacock what happened to her as a person. You can, there are some people who are in institutions I don't want to call their names.
Yes.
But I love to call names in the point that I can cement my position that there are persons who they go after, even though they are not working with government, they are working with other institutions outside the bands of government, that they approach to remove these people. Look at Keith Joseph. Keith Joseph opposed Sir James Mitchell, right? In his Just Another Look program for years. And he was working at the National Lottery. They got rid of him. His car got shot up twice. His house got burnt.
And you're suggesting that
I am just saying to you.
You're suggesting that this is the work of the ULP?
I am saying it could be operatives who do not understand that they have a responsibility not to carry hatred. because that is what has happened in this country. Look at the amount of persons who have lost their jobs because of political
The funny
differences.
thing about it is that, and I've never gone down this direction on this program,
Yeah.
but I am almost certain that if I had a member of the ULP on my next program, and I picked this very issue up, I'm almost 100% sure.
It.
Not that I'm not talking about denying. I'm almost 100% sure that they're going to throw at me numerous examples of the same sort of thing that happened under the NDP. The point is, two wrongs do not make a right.
Okay.
Okay, and I think that's where we have to leave that. I feel going forward, it's not about what the NDP did and who they victimized. It's not about the ULP and who they are victimizing.
But we need to change. We need to change
Right.
somewhere along the line, and that's my point. When I speak on issues, I speak on issues hoping that the people would see the truth and change. I pray God every day that we would have a change. We want a better St. Vincent.
Yes.
Our St. Vincent is being torn apart because I want to speak my mind.
So, Dougie,
That's what's happened.
talking about tearing the country apart, do you accept that in some of your content on Nice Radio, that in itself was very divisive?
In every political program, in any circumstance, will always have divisiveness,
Yes.
but it don't have to be
You see,
destructive.
what I'm saying is that
Destruction.
what I'm saying here, Dougie, is that you may be looking to take the mote out of somebody else's eye before addressing your own. Yes? What I'm saying here is that usually in these circumstances, now I listen to Star Radio from time to time, and frankly speaking, when it goes down that road, I switch off or I switch to music, because I do not believe that when you be Star Radio, Nice Radio, WeFM or whoever, once you start to go on the divisive frontier, me, Tony Regisford, I shut off. Do you take responsibility for the fact that some of your content was actually promoting this divisiveness that you're talking
Well,
about?
anytime I hear that kind of divisiveness that could lead to destruction, anybody who on the radio station would tell you that I come and speak to them and say, you can't say that. And anybody who truly understand Dougie DeFreitas, they would have heard me call Lynch program. They would have called me other programs, say, I do not support that. You cannot say those things in the radio. They are destructive.
We're at the end of our third section. When we come back, let's just pick up, I mean, E.G. Lynch is not here, and I understand he's not too well. But let's pick up, because he's been a feature, a big feature of Nice Radio, whether by a de facto position or not, but he has been. Let's just pick up on some of that same content stuff that we're talking about, and the role that Dougie DeFreitas could have played, did play in managing it. Let's pick that up when we come back. You're looking at Unrendered, and my guest is Douglas DeFreitas. We'll be into our final segment when we come back from the break.